Welcome to your Mortgage Insider Update. It is the middle of June, June the 16th, kicking off a pretty calm day on the market so far. This is off of a pretty volatile weekend. So if you haven't heard, there's been some major actions in the Middle East. Initially, oil prices spiked. That brought a lot of fear around inflation. Since things just today, Monday morning, have started to de-escalate a little bit, with Iran basically saying that they're ready to come to the negotiating table and start the process to de-escalate, which is excellent news, as we do not need another major conflict rattling markets. So we'll see how that plays out as the week progresses here. This week, the Federal Reserve meets on Tuesday and Wednesday. Their summary of economic projections is big news that they'll bring out into the press conference on Wednesday. Unexpected to have any rate cuts, but the projections could give us a little insight into when the first cuts could begin. Many think that it could be as early as July. Every year the Fed meets in July and then skips the month of August as they go to an economic summit in the month of August, and then kick back up in September. So many of you would remember last year, July was an opportunity for the Fed to make an initial cut when they held off, waited through August, and then did a 50 basis point cut in September. So the hope is that after basically just under 12 months, we've got 9 months since the last rate cut coming up here, that could be an indicator that the Fed might be willing to move a quarter basis point or 25 basis points coming up in July. We'll know more after their meeting on Wednesday and come back with an update for you next week. So I said we start today relatively calm with the 10-year at 4.41%, 0 basis point change starting out the morning. We can see that we've bounced back up and stayed well above the 100-day and the 50-day averages, sandwiched right between the 25-day average and that 100-day average to start this week off. We do expect some sideways movement as we wait this week into the Federal Reserve meeting, assuming that there's no other major changes in the landscape as far as the bombings and things that are going on in the Middle East. That volatility, like I said, with oil could drive up oil prices. The future of oil cost is very inflationary, so that could bring a rise to interest rates into the Fed meeting, or regardless of the Fed meeting. If there's major changes in the economy, could bring projections higher regardless of the Fed meeting this week, as the Federal Reserve will indicate their future changes in their monetary policy. But the outlook, if we saw an escalation in oil costs, could preemptively bring rates back to this high point that we back on May 22nd, just shy of 4.6 to 4.59%. So we'll keep an eye on the Fed meeting this week, and any major news, we'll come back with you an update, a full update next week on the Federal Reserve outlook, as well as just total projections on when we could expect some relief in the interest rate market. Make it a great week.